think it was Outside the Overton suggested that Charlie had an earpiece in one ear this ear, and then the wire went into his shirt and wrapped around his neck. And so when the bullet came in, caused the earpiece to fly out and wrap around. And if you watch the slow motion that he provides, you can sort of see that happening, and that explains why the shirt gets pulled up, is because it's the wire that's attached to his earpiece that's getting yanked out. Also, if the bullet's coming from the front and you like do that, you can sort of see that your shirt like wants to go up anyway. People are talking about Israel and China, but I think it's quite clear that it's trans activists. You got to ask yourself the question: would my enemies work together? Right? I've got a lot of haters online. I've got some people who really do want to cause physical damage to me. They're trying to find out where I live constantly. And I get the feeling that if all of my haters all actually teamed up, they could inflict some serious damage to me tomorrow. But the big question you've got to ask is, are people like the CCP ever going to work with people like Israel to get rid of someone who fundamentally is just a speaker? Like, oh, he's waking up hearts and minds. It's not really though, is he? It's hard to change people's minds. They already think a certain way. There's very, very few people that you can actually reach just with rhetoric. I don't think you should be able to reach people just with rhetoric. If you say something to somebody, it should take them a while to engage with that. They should have to think about it and go away and research it. They're not just going to suddenly change their opinion. It's not the way reality works, generally, unless they're really wrong and it's something that you can point out immediately. So the way his body goes back like this, and then nerve damage, he's unconscious, and then his head goes back. So the bullet comes from the front, practically straight. If you think about how far away that roof is, it is on a downward trajectory. And where it hit, if you haven't seen the video, do not look for it. But it hits fundamentally just above the collarbone. So with the slight downward trajectory, it's going to be hitting these bones back here. It's going to break up there. There's some people saying that the sound wasn't loud enough. There's no way that it's a 30-06 or whatever they call it. It was definitely a rifle. You're listening to the wrong audio. Stop listening to mobile phone audio. Go look for somebody who had an actual microphone. There was one on of the rooftops. And you can quite clearly hear the difference between that and a 9mm pistol. There are some people saying he was shot from behind, and that was my initial reaction. When I saw it, before I knew anything, before I knew where the shooter was or anything, I assumed he'd been shot in the back right, and the bullet had bounced off his neck and come out of the front, because that also explains this movement. But I've now seen images of exit wounds, and it clearly doesn't line up. Like, that's not an exit wound. It looks more like a tumbling entry wound. I mean, going in at that angle into such fleshy skin, it probably would open up a little bit. It's awful. It's all very awful, and I think it's very important to have cold, calculated people on the outside who are able to keep emotion out of it and really analyze these things. But at the end of the day, you're all looking for something that doesn't exist, right? Oh, the FBI lie, the CIA lie. Not always, though. They're not going to lie about something that literally happened for no reason right in front of them. Now, if they'd orchestrated it, then maybe. But if they'd orchestrated it, it wouldn't have happened that way. You know what I'm saying? It was quite clearly a crazy trans shooter, and there's nothing more to be said about it, unfortunately. The guy got caught, and the team that set him up obviously went dark. You know what I mean? The same as the Trump shooter. It's the same group that's involved. And they are all trans, and they're very, very fucked up in the head. And that's all you need to know. I'm sorry. I'm sad for your loss. No one can ever replace the man. Please, any of you that are planning on taking up the mantle, please be very careful. Personally, I nearly made a video saying that the age of debate is over. I've seen an awful lot of people that are going the opposite way, and saying that basically this has encouraged them to stand up and speak their mind and possibly face the same fate. We've seen videos from the past 8 years of Trump supporters being violently attacked and even shot dead in the street, or people that are just accused of being Trump supporters being violently attacked and shot dead. So we know this is nothing new. For me personally, if anybody disagrees with me now, I'm going to take that as a violent attack, and I'm going to defend myself. Like, just speaking to me now is dangerous because of what's happened, because I'm not allowed to speak back without it threatening my life. So be very careful around people like me. We do exist out there, and we will defend ourselves against your violent rhetoric. Now, there's no talking back. There's no discussing ideas. You weren't listening in the first place, and I've got no interest anymore in trying to explain things to you. You're brainwashed. It's too late for you, and I will end you. So just be aware. Some people out there, very brave of them, they're going to put themselves in Charlie Kirk's shoes. The rest of us, we've gone the other way now. So just be fucking careful.